Hello, everybody. This is Catherine Bean, Queen of Invisible Money, and today we are doing a special topic. I want to give you guys a chance to tap often. I am a real believer in energy tapping. I think that goes hand in hand with manifesting because we really do need to figure out only one thing, and that is how to get to a calm, centered place and how to learn it so well that we can go back there whenever we want. The whole goal is to be magnetic, to be desirable, to be irresistible to life so every day when you go out and are living, you're just noticing how easy it is, and I'm telling you it is. Life manifests around you. You are either paying attention or you're not. And that may seem harsh at first, but pick up anything that Pam Grout has written and you will learn so much. So on that note, I do have a volunteer today, Amber. Hi, Amber.
Hi.
I'm so glad you're here today. And what we're going to do is we're going to tap on what I had explained to Amber is there in the invisible money world, we know that things show up without you having to use your money to have them. That's part of our observations here. But there comes times that you have to pay the rent, you have to put gas in the car, you have to pay your babysitter, you have to do certain things with hard, cold cash, and there's nothing we can do about it. And there are times when the need for that can overcome us. How? Worry, sleeplessness at night. That's one that gets me a lot. And so then when you're uptight or in a cringe or you're wincing from your situation, then that would be the opposite of the state that we're trying to achieve, which is relaxed well-being. So that's why today I wanted to talk about it. It's the beginning of the month. A lot of times people have paid a lot of their bills, and right now is a stretch. A lot of people feel this stretch. Amber, can you relate to that?
Absolutely.
Yes. And when you think about it, how aware are you? Some people use the terminology making ends meet. And I remember years ago, my goal was to make my ends overlap. I didn't make up that quote, but when I heard it, I thought, yes, that's what I want to live with. I want to live with ends that are overlapping instead of ends that aren't meeting. Can you relate to that one, Amber?
That's one too. I like a spool of ends meeting.
Right? But we have that in common. That's the wonderful thing about life and energy is that so many people experience the same thing. And so as often as there can be group worry and group panic, we can also have group well-being by more people coming into a sense of what's really important and what's not, because we are believing that there is provision available if we relax enough to allow it in. If you're a manifesting person, that would be part of your mindset. Are you there with me, Amber, with that part of manifesting?
Oh, yes.
Okay, great. So let's check in, and then we're going to tap. On that sense of being stretched, where you have paid the first batch of bills for the month, and you've got that stretch knowing that there's financial stuff that has to be taken care of, and you've got that. To me, it feels like a stretch inside. So how strong do you feel that right now on a scale of 1 to 10? 1 is totally at ease, more than enough money to take care of all your needs today, and 10 is that stretchy feeling of wondering what's going to happen before the end of the month. Where do you fall in that scale?
I would say 8.5.
Yeah, all right, good deal. So let's see if we can take that stretchiness and bring it down. What would you say would be the opposite of that stretched feeling for you? What would you call it?
Ease, lack of resistance.
Okay, ease. Yes, go ahead.
Oh, just feeling just not so fearful.
Good. Not so fearful. So we could almost say, okay, if we think of it as a rubber band, the opposite of stretched would be relaxed. It's the state of the rubber band. Okay, can we agree on that?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, why don't we do that? And then, so at the end of the tapping, after the tapping, then what we'll do is we'll check back in with that, and we'll see where you are on that page. Okie doke. So those of you who are listening to us, same thing. But right now, I don't know when you're going to be listening to this. Right now, it's the beginning of the month. The money that has come in has gone out, and now you need to feel you're sensing some stress, getting yourself to the end of the month, and I'm calling it a stretch inside. That's an anxious sort of, oh my gosh, how am I going to do this? Amber's, we're up to about an 8.5 of stress around that stretch feeling. And our goal is to release and help it let go so that Amber feels a bit more relaxed. So as we go through this tapping, she's going to be repeating what I say. At the end, we're going to remeasure, and I'm going to ask you guys listening in to do the same thing. Okay, ready to go, Amber?
I am.
Good. We're going to go to the side of the hand. And this is what I call the karate chop point. I use all 4 fingers on the karate chop point and repeat after me. Even though I never imagined.
Even though I never imagined.
When I woke up this morning.
When I woke up this morning.
That I would be tapping with a woman I do not know.
That I'd be tapping with a woman I do not know.
I completely love and accept myself anyway.
I completely love and accept myself anyway.
And even though it's not easy.
And even though it's not easy.
To be open about money worries.
To be open about money worries.
The truth is, I know I'm not alone.
The truth is, I know I'm not alone.
And even though a part of me believes in manifesting.
Even though a part of me believes in manifesting.
With all my heart.
With all my heart.
There's another part of me that wonders if it's true.
There's another part of me that wonders if it's true.
And even though that's a big conflict.
And even though that's a big conflict.
I completely love and accept myself anyway.
I completely love and accept myself anyway.
Okay, good. On the eyebrow point, right where the eyebrow meets the bridge of the nose, I wonder if it's really true.
I wonder if it's really true.
Side of the eye. Can money come from unexpected places?
Can money come from unexpected places?
Underneath the eye. Logical money sources are fine.
Logical money sources are fine.
Mm-hmm. Underneath the nose. When you work, you get paid.
When you work, you get paid.
Chin. If you are in a wealthy family, you might get an inheritance.
If you're in a wealthy family, you might get an inheritance.
Mm-hmm. Collarbone. You can also receive money when you sell something.
You can also receive money when you sell something.
Mm-hmm. Rib point. You can receive money if you borrow it.
You can receive money if you borrow it.
Underneath the arm. These are all the logical ways we receive money.
These are all the logical ways we receive money.
Top of the head. But when I see the manifesting books.
When I see the manifesting
books.
Like
you read, like you read a book, on the eyebrow point. I read stories of money showing up out of nowhere.
I read about money showing up out of nowhere.
Side of the eye. And a part of me thinks I'm a little bit jealous.
And a part of me thinks I'm a little bit jealous.
Underneath the eye. Why is it easier for them?
Why is it easier for them?
Underneath the nose. How do you go about manifesting money?
How do you go about manifesting money?
Chin. From unexpected places.
From unexpected places.
Collarbone. And still keep your intentions straight.
And still keep your intentions straight.
The rib point. Because sometimes work is necessary.
because sometimes work is necessary.
Underneath the arm. And work is the logical connection to money.
And work is the logical connection to money.
Top of the head, but work is not the only connection to money.
But work is not the only connection to money.
And that's what I want to know about.
And that's what I want to know about.
Okay, good. So now, Amber, we're just going to look for a little money block and see if you have one around this idea we've tapped on so far. So at this point, all you do is just answer yes or no and scale of 1 to 10 on a couple questions here, because this is a cool opportunity. Everything's softened up here, the whole idea of where could money come from if it's not earned, because this is a problem for some people. So now, did you ever, now this is just a yes or no question, did you ever have any money that came to you, a large sum or a gift or anything, where you almost felt like I don't deserve this or I can't believe they're giving this to me feeling?
Yes.
Okay, good. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to see if there's a block in here. Now, you don't want to tell me too much of the story, because I'm not a psychologist or social worker or anyone who could fix that. All we're doing is looking to see if there's energy there. And so to check it, we want to we're going to call it a title. It's called the Movie of the Week technique. I'm not sure who made it up for tapping, but I love it. So, Amber, we're going to make up a title for this time where some money came in a funny energy, okay? So we'll brainstorm it together. The time when I, or the time when they, the time when she, just a short title that gives us something to hang the story on.
Okay, let's see. The time when I was rewarded for college.
Okay, all right. The time I was rewarded for college. All right, good. Now, on a scale, all right, so when that was happening, first of all, how long ago do you figure? No.
6 years, 7 years ago.
Okay, all right, 6, 7 years ago. And on the worst day of it, the worst part of it for you, how strong was the distress around it, the feeling?
Oh, then it was an 11.
Oh, yeah, okay. On a scale of 1 to 100, was it?
99, very uncomfortable.
Yeah, very uncomfortable. Perfect. Okay, so now we're going to do the bullet points, and this is good. This is where we get a little flavor. I call it like the spice. We need to know the whole story. All we need to know is just these little pieces that'll give you the tapping results. It's so fun, Amber. I'm so glad you're here with me. Okay, so let's take a look at that now. This is the next step. The time I was rewarded for college, and it was so uncomfortable for me because I felt blank. So we're going to add 1 or 2 word phrases for what it was that was contributing to feeling so uncomfortable, okay? So I was feeling so uncomfortable because I felt what?
Self-doubt.
I'm sorry, say it again.
Self-doubt.
Oh, yeah, okay, self-doubt. All right, good. What else are you aware of? I felt...
resistance comes up. That would be it.
Mm-hmm. Okay, all right. Resistance is not really a feeling, sort of. It's more of it's kind of a jargon word. So let's see if we can, because how about, were you at all, and now this part of this process is that I can kind of sense some ideas that might be going along. And if they're not, they're not. You can let me know. But one word I thought was just embarrassed. Was there any embarrassment in it?
No.
And if not, that's okay.
Pity. It's more pity. I guess it's a pity feeling.
Oh, okay, good. Yeah, this is important.
Okay. Pity to someone. That would be better.
All right. Hold on just for a second. My headset, of course, is running out of battery. La-di-da. A brief commercial message while we change headsets. Okay. Hold on. All right, great. Are you with me?
I am.
All right, good deal. Okay, so we have a little pity you're feeling, okay. And how about just kind of that undeservedness? Was that part of that? Okay.
Yes.
Undeserving. Right. The feeling somebody else would be better to get this. Why me? Sort of. Why did they pick me? Type of a thing. See? Or no?
Exactly. Right. That was
Okay.
the. It just wasn't good enough. I wasn't good enough. You know, it was.
Yeah.
They're giving me something that, not deserved.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Excellent. Great. So let's take a peek then. And when you think about it now, years later, and we're going to have, this is what I call the echo. If there's an echo of emotion still left on it, then that could be a block. So on a scale of 1 to 10, when you think of the incident now at college, how strong is it today, the sense of resistance you were feeling?
I still feel it. Pretty, it's still there. Probably a 9.
Wow. Okay. And so for 6 or 7 years now, it's like that energy's been all alive in that incident. So do you have any hesitation to tap it and get rid of it today?
No, I'd love you to tap the Ghostbuster it out of me. I'd live happily.
All right, good deal. So that's what we'll do then. So let's go to the side of the hand. And all you do is repeat after me. Even though that time in college when I got the money, was it money that you were rewarded?
Yes.
Okay. Even though that time in college when I got the money.
Even though that time in college when I got the money.
It was a long time ago.
Was a long time ago.
A part of me is still stinging.
A part of me is still stinging.
And even though I don't know what to do about that.
And even though I do not know what to do about that.
I completely love and accept myself anyway.
I completely love and accept myself anyway.
And even though there's a part of me.
And even though there's a part of me.
That still feels not good enough.
That still feels not good enough.
There's another part of me.
There's another part of me.
That's really proud of what I've accomplished.
That's really proud of what I've accomplished.
And even though that creates a conflict.
And even though that creates a conflict.
I completely love and accept myself anyway.
I completely love and accept myself anyway.
Awesome. Okay, on that eyebrow point, I can't believe they did it.
I can't believe they did it.
Side of the eye, why did they do that?
Why did they do that?
Underneath the eye, must be a mistake.
Must be a mistake.
Underneath the nose, they picked the wrong person.
They picked the wrong person.
Chin, I don't know how to handle this.
I don't know how to handle this.
Collarbone, I don't know how to handle something so wonderful.
I don't know how to handle something so wonderful.
Rib point, it doesn't feel right.
It doesn't feel right.
Underneath the arm, why did they pick me?
Why did they pick me?
Top of the head, I wouldn't have even picked me.
I wouldn't have even picked me.
Eyebrow, there were lots of other students that were more qualified.
There were lots of more students that were qualified.
Mm-hmm. Side of the eye, lots of people could have gotten this reward.
Lots of people could have gotten this reward.
Underneath the eye, but it was me.
But it was me.
Underneath the nose. Ironically, I didn't even enjoy it that much.
Ironically, I did not even enjoy it that much.
Chin, because I didn't know how to handle it.
Because I didn't know how to handle it.
Collarbone, there isn't a manual for life.
There is not a manual for life.
Rib point, there's no preparation you can do for being blessed like that.
There's no preparation for you to do being blessed like that.
Right, underneath the arm. How are we supposed to know how to deal with it?
How are we supposed to know how to deal with it?
Top of the head, I was not expecting it.
I was not expecting it.
It was a beautiful surprise.
It was a beautiful surprise.
Eyebrow, I was quite a bit younger then.
I was quite a bit younger then.
Side of the eye, and other people around me.
And other people around me.
Underneath the eye were more excited than I was.
Were more excited than I was.
Underneath the nose, I kind of pretended to be excited.
I kind of pretended to be excited.
Chin, but the truth was I just felt so much doubt.
But the truth was, I felt so much doubt.
Collarbone. If I could go back in time.
If I could go back in time.
Rib point. I would go back and tell myself.
I would go back and tell myself.
Underneath the arm. It's okay to relax.
It's okay to relax.
Top of the head. Somebody had to win that reward.
Someone had to win that reward.
Why not you? Or excuse me, why not me?
Why not me?
Okay, good. And on the center of your chest now, right in the center of your sternum, tap and repeat after me. I release to the cellular level.
I release to the cellular level.
I know that's a tongue twister, sorry. Any old-fashioned beliefs I have.
Any old-fashioned beliefs I have.
That I am not, that I'm different from other humans.
That I'm different from other humans.
Right. I release to the cellular level.
I release to the cellular level.
Any silly old beliefs I'm carrying.
Any silly old beliefs I'm carrying.
That I don't deserve to have a present.
That I don't deserve to have a present.
Everybody gets a present. Everybody can have a present.
Everyone can have a present.
Right. I release to the deepest part of my soul.
I release the deepest part of my soul.
Any hesitation that I've been holding about receiving.
Any hesitation I've been holding about receiving.
Because because there's nothing wrong with being a receiver.
Because there's nothing wrong with being a receiver.
Good. Now lay your hand right on the center of your chest and imagine that your palm is breathing into your heart. And then just repeat after me. I welcome back all of the creative energy.
I welcome back all the creative energy.
That has been busy protecting me.
That has been busy protecting me.
From the harsh experience I went through in college.
From the harsh experience I went through in college.
With that reward.
With that reward.
I don't need the energy to stay back there anymore.
I don't need the energy to stay back there anymore.
Because I'm not that same girl I was then.
Because I'm not that same girl I was then.
And I know that I'm a human.
And I know that I'm a human.
Like my fellow humans.
Like my fellow human.
And I can receive gifts like any of my fellow humans.
And I can receive gifts like any of my fellow humans.
Excellent. Now shake out your arms and hands. Take a couple breaths. And now let's check in with our event in college, the time I was rewarded for college and had those bad feelings. And it was at a number 9 when we started to tap. And what are you aware of?
I'm feeling pretty good. I'm thinking it's 2. That's
Whoa. Yeah, good. Excellent.
Good.
And now what are you aware of? What ideas or what came up for you? Anything that you want to tell me about, like debrief a little. If you wish. Sometimes people just are fine to sit and be relaxed. But if you have some ideas to share, I'd love to hear them.
Well, I do feel like we're all connected. When going through the exercising, when I'm a fellow human, I'm thinking we're all connected, so I should not have these boundaries that I have with everyone. I should be more, they have the energy free flowing instead of blocked. Like a lot of times I set these blocks and boundaries, and I need to let it open and let the energy flow.
And did you notice a bit of an opening today just doing this tapping?
Yes, that's what made me think of it, about the me blocking off the energy. Yeah.
Yes, because if you think about it, there was a block there for sure. You could hear it in your voice, and then when it was still at a level 9 a few minutes ago. And that's one block. When you think about, if you take your age, however old you are, and you think that you had maybe 3 embarrassing experiences like that, per week for your whole life, add it up, do the math, right? there's so many blocks inside we don't know we have, and that's why tapping is so wonderful. And yes, in order to stay in the flow, we have to work at it. Work at it, manifesting, yes. It's all the work of finding your peace and your well-being. And when you find that, that's where you are most magnetic in the way I experience my own manifesting. So when you tap, you actually become more magnetic because you release or let go of something in the past. So what we do now is we just want to rename that movie title for The Time I Was Rewarded in College, because we want it to be called something that is more neutral. And so did you receive a scholarship or something like that, or something that was that type of award?
No, I mean, I guess in a way, after I received my master's degree, my parents gave me some money, but it was more like you should have done this earlier, kind of. There were stipulations regarding it, and it really put a barrier to me because I was told, so I was told that I wasn't good enough because I didn't have a degree. So I got a degree, and then I was told that since I just had an associate's degree, I needed a bachelor's degree, so I got that. And then I went ahead and surpassed all of them and got my master's degree, and that still wasn't quite good enough, so they gave me a C.
Isn't that
right? Yeah, so that has been a big boulder in my psyche for so long. So the tapping does, I'm telling you, it did help quite a bit. I'm definitely going to practice it.
Well, here, now let me give you step 2, because now first we just need to rename this, The Time I Was Rewarded for College. We want to call it something that's not inflammatory. So let me just feel into it for a little bit, because you do have a big story there. I don't mean to diminish that. But I would say one of the things that you want to go general, just generalize a little bit, and or you could call it something like the time were you surprised to receive it? Or was it expected?
I guess I kind of expected it, but I didn't expect it the way it was handled. So
okay, and so go ahead.
I just think that, like you said, I'm trying to neutralize it. I was just kind of like I was punched in the gut instead of having a big party. It's more like I was let down. So I think that
I know it's so strange, isn't it?
Yeah, it's strange how people react to certain situations, but that's the problem with myself, because I can't help how other people how they address me.
Well, right. And that's where you can see how it gets complicated if we stick best we can to the tapping and just watching for the reactions around that. Then what I want you to do is, because this is around money, we're going to send you to ourmoneymachine.com. Okay, now ourmoneymachine.com is just a single page for you to practice your detachment. In my opinion, detachment is the number one magic tool that I've learned over time. Because if I could detach from hurt feelings, I can do anything. Right? Because if you have that, absolutely, for me it's been completely my key to success. So now after you tap, we still have feelings left, because this was a big deal. And you even said, this is a big deal, right? So I'm going to give you a task or two to do. So you go to Our Money Machine and you write your story in there. That's where you write all that you just told us about. You just take that, how the manipulation and the feelings that you had around that reward for college, and you write it into the detachment machine that you'll see there. What you do is you use the divine, which I always say, dear God, dear uni, dear source, and then you complain to the divine. How could you have done this? Aren't you like the most powerful creator ever? I mean, aren't you God? Couldn't you have put me in a better family? What were you thinking? And you just let yourself go on and just get it out there and pour the anger out towards the divine. Then you hit detach and let it go. And do that a couple times. It really is like flushing, okay? And then if you want to take this to the next level, and not everybody can do this, Amber, and that's cool, because if you can't do it, you can't do it. But if you can, it's powerful. You're still using the money machine. You write a letter in there to yourself from all of the major players that hurt you during that incident. Okay? So you might write a letter to yourself from your own dad and say, dear Amber, good grief, I didn't realize I was being such a dick. I really regret it. And sign it from him. It's very powerful. Not everybody can do it, not necessary if you don't, but there's going to be people listening to this training, and they're going to think, you know what, I'm going to try that. It's powerful. Mm-hmm. Okay, so that, when you take those 2 exercises added to the tapping, that's what should close the loop for you. Okay, and then it's important that you start telling the story a different way. It's important. And one of the ways I would suggest is this: even though my parents made some bad decisions around my education, today I'm letting it go, right? Even though I experienced years of mental anguish over this, the truth is I can choose to be done today, and I'm going to let it go. And those are the kinds of statements when you're that's what really makes results with tapping, right? You're telling your own truth. Even though I've struggled for years to understand how they treated me like that, the truth is today I have my own family, I'm doing life my way, and I'm at peace. Things like that. Okay?
Yes, ma'am. I love it.
Good. Any questions or comments?
I just want to tell you that I was actually really surprised how well I feel after I did the tapping. I'm shocked. So I really appreciate you letting me pop on here and be a volunteer.
Thank you so much for saying that. That makes my whole day. But I want you guys to know this tapping, I believe in it with all my heart. I do private sessions right now. I'll open and close. Sometimes I'll get too many people. But right now I am open for private sessions. So if you're interested in tapping, you can email me at invisiblemoneygame@gmail.com or message me on Facebook. Any way you want to reach out. And Amber, thank you so much for stepping in and being my echo voice. And I will get this recording off to you right away. You'll find benefit tapping again. Thank you so much, and all of you, go forth and prosper. And if you like this recording, please hit the subscribe button. I never thought I'd be saying that. And let's share this wisdom out there with the world. Let's manifest faster. Even though the world's a mess, we can do it. Thanks, Amber.
Thank you, Catherine. Take
Bye.
care. Bye-bye.